Hello everyone. It's gonna be me commentating tonight. No Yannon. Sorry about that noise. Where the fuck is this? I won't be looking at the moment. I'm just trying to find where I can put my stream link in. Oh, okay. Can't find it. Sticking back chat. So who's going out? Well, looks like Fire is going out. Chaz is going out. So Chaz is the first one out. Followed by Fire. This is pre-season tested. Is IRL. Okay. Good. So as the drivers make their way around the track for their outlap, looking to make a good impression on their maybe possible new team principals. If not new team principals, their new teammates if they've got some. I believe Scenario will be the first one to start his lap. No, they are not. No, he's not actually. Fire was... No, I don't know who's the first one. But anyway, let's ride on board with Chaz as he makes his way around the track for his flying lap up over the crest. But Portugal is a roller coaster circuit, to be honest. Very easily to lose the rears at some of the corners. Purple second sector, a 54 for the second sector. As it comes into the final two corners. Looks like he had a pretty strong lap and will come across the line and set a 1:20.6. Everyone else has invalidated their lap, but Owen, I can't remember what team he was in last season. It could have been Williams, but F1 scenario goes quickest of a 119.5, followed by Z2, who puts in a 119.7. As Owain comes across the line and sets a 119.7, that goes quicker than Z2. Got to avoid traffic. Doesn't set a purple first sector. F1 scenario looks really quick in the house as Sambio comes up to a corner where you can easily lose the rear, but it's flying right now. Another corner where you can lose the rear quite easily, and he's already out of ERS. Surprising as Sam goes quickest. So it's 118.0. So it's a second, pretty much a second and a half quicker than the F1 scenario. As Sambio comes across the line, not going to be a quick lap at all, and it's 120.2 with very low ERS, but Young Tug, I believe, I don't know, but it could be a new driver, goes P2, sets a 118.6, just 0.6 slower than Sam. Mercedes could have a quick driver this upcoming season. As you know, Plimble and Roman, they were the Ferrari was the Constructors' Champions last season, I believe. Tomo goes P3, 118.7. As Plimble comes round the final corner and will open up the DRS and will come across the line and set a 118.2, just 0.2 off his Sam. We could have a real serious championship fight coming up this season between possibly 4 drivers: Tom, Young Tug, Plimble and Sam. As Roman comes up for his outlap, I need to see actually. I don't. Did IRL actually put the constructors of last season in? I wonder if it's still on. Champions. So season 2, drivers champion was Jay Sayer at even, and the constructors, the drivers champion was Sayer, and the constructors was in fact Ferrari. So Ferrari have to have like a really good season if they want to keep hold of that constructors. Actually, in fact, they won 2 constructors. Sayer and Ferrari both have 2 drivers and constructors championships. As Roman has started his lap, comes to the end of the first sector, and it's purple first sector. we could have a serious championship fight this season between 5 drivers, maybe even 6. Yeah, 6 drivers. This is going to be really interesting. Roman. So it comes around the final corner to complete his lap, and we'll come across the line, and we'll go provisional pole of a 117.9. What a lap from Roman. Sorry if I keep on yawning throughout the stream. Sam is now coming to finish this lap even, and we'll go provisional pole of a 117.9, so he has gone 3 thousandths quicker than Roman. This is I'm really looking forward to this upcoming season. Shame Yannon is not here, so we could ask his thoughts of this upcoming season, because those top 6 drivers at the moment, maybe Omar could join them. But those top 6 drivers are looking mighty quick, and we could possibly see a real championship battle between Ferrari, Mercedes and McLaren. A short Z2 goes P7 and sets 118.8. As Tom now is on his lap, comes up to the middle of sector 2, the tricky right-hander, he can easily lose the rear, and he has lost the rear and will not be able to finish his lap. Tom. Got it. Plimbull sets a 117.9. Goes 5 thousandths quicker than Sam. F1 scenario, I believe it is starting his lap. Comes up to the end of the first sector, not a purple first sector, but it's 1/10 quicker than his previous lap time. Now comes up towards the end of the second sector, and it's a purple second sector. I don't know how much time he beat it by, his previous time by, in the second sector, but it's a purple second sector, so maybe the Haas is working better in the second sector. His previous time was 119.5, and as he comes across the line, he is going to set. He doesn't improve. He improves his time, but he doesn't improve his position. so he stays in P9. So, Omar, as I ride on board it with him, has spun. He's this is not the Omar I know. Anyway, Roman is 1/10 up on his previous time. Who can get pole position in this pre-season around Portugal? Will it be Plimble? Will it be Roman? Will Ferrari have another dominant third season and keep hold of their constructors' title, or will there be another team that will cause an upset? Roman 3 tenths up on his previous lap time and will come across the line and go pole position, provisional pole position, and sets a 1:17.7. There is still 2 minutes left of this session. So anything can happen in these 2 minutes that remain. Sam 1/10 up on his previous time, so can he get pole position? This is going to be a really good end to qualifying. Who will get pole position in pre-season? Sam comes across the line and it's only enough for P2, so Sam at the highest position right now can only qualify P2. Plimble comes around the final corner to start his lap. So can Plimble make it a Ferrari 1-2, or will it be Roman and Sam on the front row as Plimble comes up to the first corner where you can easily lose the rear, comes up to the end of the first sector and is going to be 1/10 down on his previous time. He's got a lot of time to gain in this second sector. Climbing up the hill to the double right-hander as now goes down the hill and then back up the hill. This track really is a roller coaster track. Purple second sector, so he has gained 2 tenths in throughout the second sector. Comes round the final 2 corners and is going to set a 1:17.6 Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. 1:17.6 for Plimble. Young Tug 3 tenths up on his previous time. Can he cause an upset and make it onto the podium for qualifying into the top 3? Comes round the final corner and will come up to the line. Tom will not improve his lap time and will set a 1:18.0, still only enough for P4. So Ferrari 1-2 in pre-season. Followed by Sam, Young Tug, Vin, Tomo in P6, J2 in P7, Owain is going to be P8, F1 Scenario, Sambio, Chaz, Fire, Omar, is in last. So that is your quality order, and I will get back to you when they are on the formation lap. Yeah, so just a reminder of the quality order: Plimble, Roman, Sam, Young Tug, Vin, Tomo, Z2, Owain, Shoto, Fire, Scenario, Sambio, Chaz, Bobby, and Omar, who hasn't set a lap time. So Ferrari 1-2, Red Bull P3, Merc P4 and 5, and yeah, there is your top 5, and could be a very interesting race. So, as the drivers select their tyres and their strategy, lower the fuel to what they want to, and select their setup if they haven't already. We are 15 seconds away before the formation lap of the Portuguese pre-season testing in IRL. So, as the drivers now go for the formation lap, they will get their tyres to the right temperature that they want them to be in. As Omar is... Chaz gets away slowly. Someone's already spun. F1 Scenario, yeah, he's already spun. But the drivers Plimble, in fact, doesn't want to get too far ahead of the pack, as he wants his tyres to be as warm as possible so he can get the best start over his teammate. But I believe Owain actually was in Red Bull last season. Can't remember, but yeah, the tyre strategy is a medium hard. You would box lap 15, or a 2-stop strategy where you box lap 15. So the 1 stop would be medium to hard, but there could be a safety car in this race, so some drivers may be boxing a lot more than often. But there's no instance, or as in there could be a one-stop strategy, or some drivers may opt for the two-stop strategy. As Roman overtakes his teammate, I don't think that's allowed, but hey ho. But Omar and Chaz gets disqualified from the session. Not from the session, from the formation lap, even. And yeah, so the drivers will now form in their grid slots, try not to go over the mark or under it. As the final driver pulls into his grid slot, and we are moments away from lights out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Portuguese pre-season IRL Grand Prix. Plimbull keeps ahead of his teammate, followed Roman, followed by Sam, Tom, Vin, who's up to P5, Fire Legend up to P6, Shotto P7. The drivers kept it nice and clean all throughout the first sector. Plimbull keeps his pole position and is in the lead of the race. Roman looking to gain and overtake early on in the stage, but there's still another 32 laps of this race to go. As two drivers almost lose the rear of Bobby and Sambio. Owain up to P9. Sambio already 5-second time penalty for cutting the corner and gaining position. Omar down in P15. As who was that? That was the rear. Sambio loses the rear. And Budal dropped down to P13. But Plimbull has got a 6/10 gap over his teammates. It's fast lap of the race of 123.3. Sambio now down to last place. But Sambio's left the session. But the Ferrari drivers don't want to get caught up, but I'm sure they won't get caught up with each other, as they have probably been together for 2 seasons already now. But Sam looking to make an impression, I believe, in his new team, and is up into it. Well, is in P3. Tomo up to P4 in his new team. I believe he's new to the league as well, so he's already up in P4, doing wonders for McLaren. But Vid hasn't really moved, but he is on the hards, so he is looking to go longer on those tyres. But Young Tug has had a really poor start, is down in P12, but he's got quick pace, and we saw it in quali. So can he get back through the pack? As Sam says, fastest lap of the race. DRS is now enabled, and we have got 30 laps left. Bobby up to P6, and there is yellow flags. Tom has spun. It was either Christian or Tom has spun, but he's now down to P12. From P4 down to P12, and that's not been a good start for him, and he spun again. So Chaz moves up to P12. Tom's had a really poor start to lap 3, but Plimbull gaining the gap to his teammate. But Roman is under pressure from Sam. Fire Legend has spun, but so has now dropped down to P7. Tomorrow, I believe, he's spun again. It's not been a good start to his McLaren career, and he's all the way down in P15 now. Yes, this track is deadly, but he's spinning too often. As Vin is, I think he's overtaken or looking to overtake Bobby as Tom spins again. Purple second sector for Bobby. First sector even. Tom is spun again. This is really poor as Tom now boxes and gets 5-second tyre penalty for speeding, and he has retired in the pit lane. But Plimble has got a 7/10 gap to his teammate behind, whereas Sam is a lot closer to Roman. Could we see an overtake on this lap by Sam on Roman? Or will Roman just have enough pace with that DRS that he's in of his teammate Plimble? But Sam is looking really close to Roman. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Bobby sets fast after the race to 120.9, but it's not going to be enough. Roman has just got that DRS as Roman gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. Say2 up to P8. They are both squabbling for position of P8. Say2 and Scenario. But Young Tug has now got a 3-second time penalty for multiple track warnings. Say2 up to P8. Maybe a mistake from Scenario. Maybe a collision. But that battle has now allowed Tug to get back at those two. But Sam still not really making an impression, has a little wobble and then has lost a bit of time. Those lot battling sort not really battling, but yeah. It's allowed Bobby to close the gap a bit. Lap by lap, Bobby's closing the gap, so could we see a threat from Bobby? Sam still looking to try to get past Roman, but he's not making an impression to overtake him. He's not close enough for the overtake coming down the main straight. But he's got a really good exit out of that hairpin, but still not close enough to make the move down the inside of Roman. Roman's just got enough pace down that straight, but Fire has spun and is tumbled down the order. He's now in P11, but it's still a long way to go in this race. Anything can happen. Shotto, I believe, has spun, or maybe had a little moment, but there was yellow flags around where Shotto was. But Chaz has spun, so Sam still not close enough. Roman's just got too much pace going down that back straight. Sam's just ain't got the pace to keep it up with Roman. Finn and Bobby are battling away. Both of them go wide off the track, so this is a great battle. and maybe these two could be battling all next season, or all this season coming up. As Sam has a little moment, he's able to keep the car in a straight line, as Chad gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And then Vin gets 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. A lot of time penalties going out. Sam, I don't know what happened there, I don't know if it was the lag, but on my screen Sam lost the rear, but Bobby has lost a bunch of time to those who are battling Vin. The gap was just over 1 second, but is now rose to 5 seconds as Pimble possibly let past Roman, but Roman has got past Pimble. Maybe that was the team order in this pre-season race, maybe trying to get Roman to get away from Sam to get that time penalty and get P2 in this race. But maybe that was just a little mistake from Pimble, as he's all over it now at the back of Roman. So Pimble goes to make the move down the side and will get the move done into turn 1. What's going on? On AlphaTauri is one Sambio. Don't know what happened. Someone spun. He looked like a AlphaTauri, but maybe not. But Sam looks a lot closer on this lap. But Roman's just doing enough to keep within Pimble's DRS. Maybe Pimble's not pushing as hard and wants his teammates to stay within the DRS range of him. But Sam looks a lot closer on this lap, but still can't get past him due to Roman getting DRS off of his teammate. Bobby is now just running his own race. His finish dropped back. He's now 2 seconds behind Bobby. The closest battle right now is Seitu and Shoto. As the front runners closing in on Sambio. So we could see then Sambio being lapped very soon, as Seitu's lagging quite a lot right now. Sector 1, yellow flags there, Aston Martin, probably that's Chaz, has spun the exit of turn 1. Young Tug on the back of F1 scenario. So we've got two close battles right now. Can Seitu get past Soto on this lap? It doesn't look like it. Not going to be close enough, but what about Young Tug? Has he got the pace to get past F1 scenario? No, not really gaining that much time on scenario. But still, Seitu is behind Shoto. Gap closing down just to just 0.3. So Seitu could be gaining quite a lot of time in the first sector, but not really gaining that much time in the second sector. But it's on the back of Shoto, but the front runners are now lapping Sambi on lap 11. Is Sam close enough? But Roman will box on this lap. So Sam will take P2 and will get after Klimble. So Roman will be the first driver on to the hards from the medium runners, and will drop down to P9, possibly P10. Let's go ahead. Yeah, no, he hasn't. So he drops down to P10. So he's got a lot of work on his hands to push as hard as he can to get that P1. And yeah, but Sam is now starting to gain on Plimble. So maybe Plimble's struggling a bit with his tyres. Maybe Sam's got a much better tyre wear than what Plimble has. A gap now 0.8. So he's losing quite a bit on the final two corners. But Chaz is now going slowly and his box, possibly retiring from the race as he's just been lapped, or he's just making a pit stop. But it's a bit weird that he just stopped on track. But Sam still can't get past the Ferraris. Bobby now boxes for the set of mediums, I believe, as he's got front wing damage. Or is that another set of hards? I can't tell. He's down to P10. And we'll have a clear track ahead of him, but Owain has now got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It is another set of hard tyres. So Bobby boxes for another set of hard tyres. So possibly looking to go until around lap 27, and then box for a set of softs. But Sam still not close enough to actually make an impression of that he's going to overtake. But Sam now does box to go onto the set of hard tyres. These are very early pit stops for these medium runners, so maybe a lot of tyre wear. But the question is, will Roman be able to get ahead of Sam, or has Roman actually lost quite a big amount of time? Roman has lost a huge amount of time. Sam has now overtaken, and it will now be provisional P2 in this race. Roman maybe took a little bit too long to get those hard tyres up and running, or maybe had a really bad in-lap, but Roman all over the back of Sam now, and will overtake Sam into the hairpin. So that P2 for Sam didn't really last that long, as Roman now takes P2 or P7, but on the road after everyone has made their stops will now be P2. But Plimble continues to lead the race and possibly could box this lap, or will it be next lap? No, he will box this lap. So can he keep ahead of Roman and Sam, or will he drop below them? But Vin takes the lead of the race, and C2 will take P2 as Shoto now boxes but gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So Plimble comes to the end of the pit lane, and Will is comfortably ahead of Roman. But like we saw, Roman is on those fresher, is on the much warmer hard tyres. So could Roman actually overtake Plimble? Those hard tyres working wonders for Roman right now, and he will do the exact same thing he did to Sam on the previous lap, and will take P1 in this race. So now Roman has just got to push on, as he's got a 3-second time penalty coming to him at the end of the race. But Young and Vin, the Mercedes, hand cramp, I had a massive hand cramp. P1 and 3 in this race, Z2, P2. But there is yellow flags. Chaz is retired from the race, but Vin will continue. As Z2 boxes, will Young follow him into the box? No, he stays out, but Z2 has now got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Who has spun? Bobby has spun and is driving slowly for some reason. I do not know why he's driving slowly and is now stopped on track. Oh, maybe waiting for fire to go past, but he was in P4 and has spun again. It's terrible for Bobby and is now retired. So Mercedes continue to lead the race, followed by the Ferraris, and then Sam in the only Red Bull car racing today. So Vin stays out for another lap. And Young will stay out as well, so they are going long, as they are both on the hard tyres. I will be back in a minute. I'm just going to run to the toilet quick, but it's right on board with Vin. Actually, it's right on board with Plimble as he battles Roman, so enjoy the battle until I get back. I am back, and by the looks of it, Plimble has overtaken Roman, but Sam is now on the back of Roman, so Sam, clearly those hard tyres are working better than what the mediums were. You make a move down the inside? No, he had a thought about it, but Roman closes the door on him. Sam lost a rear, so he is now far back from Roman and has to regain that time. As fire is spun on the exit of turn 1. As Vin boxes, and then his teammate boxes as well. So he had double stacking. Shotto is retired from the race. And is that a full course safety car? It is a full course safety car. So Plimble takes the lead of the race, and Roman will take P2 followed by Sam. So the field will bunch up now, as Vin and Young Tiger possibly maybe made the right decision, maybe not, but they are now both on medium tyres. So Young Tug has left the session, so I think he's lagged out. Young Tug has, I believe, lagged out and will fall down the order. Let's hope that he joins back, but if he does join back, he is going to possibly be lapped by the time he gets back. I think he has lagged out, but which is unfortunate. But Roman is slowed right down. Ferrari's a double stacking. They didn't box that long ago, as Roman gets now a 5-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane. They didn't box that long ago. Sam boxes as well. So what are they doing? They're going on to the mediums until the end, so there will be around 11 laps left of this Portuguese Grand Prix in pre-season. So maybe they think the mediums will be better, but Roman was struggling. I feel that Roman and Sam was struggling. But Vin will now take the lead of the Grand Prix. Yeah, Tug did lag out, which is unfortunate. So, Douglas has left the session. Young Tug has now joined back, and he's going to be a lap down. But Roman will box again. Has he just got another 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane? Let's have a look. No, No, he did. He did get another 5-second time penalty. This is really bad for Roman, as he gets another 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Z2 has passed Owain under the safety car, but Owain has got the position back, so Roman, if the safety car doesn't come in this lap, he may opt to box again to get that time penalty removed. Or will he continue on with that time penalty? So the safety car will stay out, I believe, and will stay out for another lap, as they are waiting on the Haas to catch up. So Roman will box again to possibly get that time penalty removed and only have 3 seconds instead of 8 seconds. He can't drop back too far. Otherwise, I believe he will get another time penalty, as he now boxes and gets another 5 seconds for speed in the pit lane. It has not been Roman's day since boxing. He is going to be well annoyed with himself, as the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. So Roman will possibly just have to continue with the 8 seconds, but he will have to push like crazy if he wants to get anywhere in this race and not be P8. Sambio has been disqualified for parked in the middle, well, in a dangerous location. So, of Tauri, so there will only be 8 more drivers in this race. Oh, 9 drivers even. Well, actually, yeah, 8 drivers, because Young Tug is laid out and is not racing anymore. So there will be 8 drivers. So Roman is last place, and the safety car will be in this lap. So Roman will have 10 laps to get as far up the grid as possible, but Plimble will look to overtake Vin and win the pre-season race around Portugal. So can Vin get his win, get their first win of the season, or will it be Plimble, or could it be Sam? Who knows? But if Vin is to win this race, he will have to push like crazy, as he's got a 3-second time penalty, as he is gone. Vin has gone, so Plimble will hunt him down. Will he have enough pace to overtake into Sam? Well, no, he will not. But Roman now is up to P6 as the 2 Hasses collide. Not a surprise there, a bit like real life, but Z2 and Roman collide as well, as Z2 lets Roman by, possibly as an apology position. But Roman is flying right now, already up to P5 on the safety car restart. As Owain is not really gaining on Sam, but Roman is gaining on Owain as he makes a move down the inside and gets P4 as Vin gets another 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. So he is most certainly not going to win this Portuguese Grand Prix unless he has a miracle. Getting dead arm. As Roman already back up to P4 in this race. Will he have enough pace to keep that P4? He has got to get that 8-second gap to Owain, so he cannot get held up by Sam as he runs wide. Possibly a track limit warning. As the gap now behind is Roman is now 1.3 seconds. But Plimble not really gaining anything on Vin and can't really overtake him without possibly the help of DRS. Shotto has left the session. As Plimble hunting down Vin for that first win, and looks like he will get the first win now that Vin has got a 3-second time penalty. But DRS will be enabled this lap, so Plimble will have the help of DRS going down that little back straight. So if he's close enough on the exits, he will be able to overtake Vin down into the hairpin. But by looks of it, he's not really that close, 5 tenths back. And he's not going to be that close enough to make the move down the inside. Setu and Owain battling. That's going to cause them time to Roman, as Roman now has the gap to 3 seconds now that Setu and Owain, so possibly Roman could get that P4, so that will be a P2 and a P4 for Ferrari in this race. But Vin does have a 6-second time penalty, so that will be P1 and 4 for Ferrari. So as they now come down the main straight even, and Plimble is only 8 tenths behind, he's not close enough. So maybe Vin's saving his ERS for the straight, causing Plimble not to gain anything. Plimble would want to beat Vin on track, but by the looks of it, he won't do if he can't get past him down the main straight with the help of DRS. He gets really close in the corners, first sector and second sector, putting his time to Vin just 3 tenths. But going down the back straight, but maybe in the third sector even, he's just losing so much time. It's maybe where Vin is stronger on this track. And look at that, 5 tenths already, down from 3 tenths up to 5 tenths. So Vin clearly is quicker in the last sector, but however Plimble is much closer on this lap. So Vin deploying as much ERS as possible, but it's not going to be enough as Plimble overtakes Vin and will take the lead of the race as well as the fastest lap of the race, with only 5 laps, I believe, if I'm correct. Yeah, 5 laps to go of this Grand Prix. 5 or 6. As Plimble sets the fastest first sector. Yeah, basically five laps to go, but Roman only a second behind now, but still not out of the 8-second range of Z2, so at this rate he will be finishing P7 in this race, which on track will be last. Of the drivers that are racing, but top 4 now all within 1 second of each other. Whereas Roman not really is just outside of that range. But Plimble up to P1. There could be an opportunity for Roman to get P3 in this race as long as he overtakes Vin and the front 3 pull away from Vin. So then, and Roman gets a 2-second gap to Vin, as the Mercedes driver does have a 6-second time penalty, whereas Roman has an 8-second time penalty. As Roman is now within the DRS range of Sam. It should be an easy pass for Sam, as Vin does not have DRS of Plimble, but he has got ERS, so maybe Sam will have the same problems as what Plimble did. Will he make a move down the inside? He will, and he will get up into P2 of this race, but no, Vin's fighting back, but Sam does keep P2. Now Vin is being pressured by Roman. Roman clearly getting agitated as he needs to get past Vin to get a 2-second gap to Vin if he wants to keep P3 in this race. Oh, if he wants to get P3 in this race even. But Plimble is now 2 seconds ahead of Sam. And if he can bring this home, it will be a really good win for him. And could be a contender for not only Constructors Champion with Roman, but Driver Champion. As Roman does get past Vin up to P3. So Vin drops down to P4, but now Roman has got the challenge of getting a 2-second gap to Vin. Otherwise he will finish P4 in this race. But yet he still needs to get another 2-second gap back to Z2. Otherwise he actually will finish P5 in this race. So he's now got 3 laps to gain a 2-second advantage to 2 drivers, which is not easy if you're stuck behind traffic. And he's going to be battling Sam, so Sam's not going to make it easy for him, so he could be finishing P5 in this race. So Z2 will most certainly, if Roman can't get a 2-second gap, will get P4 in his pre-season of Alfa Romeo. But Sam still trying to close down Plimble, but just can't. 1.8 the gap now. but there's 2 laps left, and possibly not enough laps to get the overtake done if he does even catch up to Plimbull. If he is to win this race, he would have to catch up now, and then he'll have 2 laps to overtake Plimbull. Roman will be kicking himself after this race as he boxes in like 3 times and gets 5-second time penalties each of those times. So he will be kicking himself if he can't at least get P4 in this race. Roman now does get the gap to 1 second to Vin, but there's only 1 lap to go. So Sam brings the gap down to 1 second, and by the looks of it, Roman will be finishing P5 in this race. Unless he can get a 1.5 gap, or if Z2 gets a time penalty. But F1 scenario gets a time penalty, so Roman. Oh yeah, Vin's got a 6 second. I say Vin's actually got a time penalty, but I've already mentioned that. Z2 actually spins. Z2 has spun, so Roman will get P4 in this race. Roman will get P4 in this race. He will be sort of happy with himself to get P4, but what could have been for P3 in this race. Can Roman get past Sam on this lap to finish P2 on track? Is he going to be close enough to make the move down the inside? Well, looks like no. So Roman will come home to finish P4 in this race, but Plimbull, as he comes round the hairpin for the final time, there's a 1.8 second gap to Sam, and it is looking comfortable for the pre-season win. Sam unfortunately will come home in P2, but Roman will be kicking himself after this race for boxing 3 times, getting 3 5-second time penalties for speed as Plimbull sets a fast middle sector and will come round the final 2 turns, maybe saved ERS for the last lap, and will come round the final corner to win the pre-season IRL Portuguese Grand Prix. Sam will come home in P2 and Roman will come home P4, Vin will come home in P3. F1 scenario in his, I believe his first race, will come home in P5. Owain will come home P6. Actually, Owain will come home in P7. Z2 will come home in P6. And the Mercedes will come home P9 after lagging out. F1 scenarios for drivers of the day. So that has been your Portuguese pre-season race, and I'll run for you through the final standings. Plimbull comes home to take the win of the pre-season race. Sam in P2, after pushing so hard to try and overtake Plimble, but just wasn't enough. Then comes home in P3, P4 on track, but P3 as Roman does get a 8-second penalty. It does have 8 seconds penalty worth of penalties. Scenario comes home in P5 after starting P11 on the grid. It's a big result for him. Z2 comes home in P6, followed by Owain, Fire, who DNF'd, and Sambio, Tug, Shoto, Bobby, Chaz, Omar and Tomo all retired from the Grand Prix, so we were only left with 7 drivers at the end of the Grand Prix. So that has been the pre-season race, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you possibly next weekend, next Sunday, for the next pre-season race. Goodbye.